Welcome back to Eastern Cryptid Encounters. I have another really strange story for you. You guys are going to really like this one, I think. Hope everyone is having a great day and getting ready for the weekend. This story comes from a lady. Her name is Nancy. So let's jump right in. The night I'll never forget. She says, "Hello everyone. What I'm about to tell you all will sound really crazy and weird, but I swear this happened to me. I grew up in the city, but every chance I get, I try to get out in the woods and nature. I love hiking and camping and rafting and just being outdoors, period, so I always get out on the weekend when I get a break from work. I'm a police officer during the day, but I try to forget that stuff as soon as I clock out and get that uniform off. After doing this for 20 years, I've seen a lot of weird stuff, but nothing to what I experienced on that night I'm about to tell you. I've gone through many therapy sessions trying to figure this out, so here goes. I went on a hike in the late fall back in 2015 in the mountains, not too far from my house. It started out like any other. Beautiful sky with birds chirping and squirrels playing everywhere I went. It was like the perfect day. It was a bit cool but not too cold. I had on my boots and shorts and a long sleeve shirt along with my day pack and hiking stick. I always carry my pistol with me, but I've never had a reason to pull it. I've seen the typical bears and moose and stuff, but they always stayed their distance away from me. So after I hiked my 4 miles in back to the lake I always go to, I sat down and ate my little lunch I packed, and after I cleaned up a bit, I decided to head back, cause by now it was getting around 1 o'clock. On my way back up the side of the little mountain, I noticed the sky looked like it was getting darker, but there wasn't many clouds in the sky. So, as I got closer to the top, the darker it seemed to get. I was getting pretty freaked out at this point, so I started walking faster and faster and got into a good jog. When I got to the top and was fixing to start down the other side, everything looked different. Now, I've walked this trail for 10 years, so I know every little turn by heart, and I didn't recognize anything I was seeing. The trees looked different and bigger. The dirt trail now was covered in rocks. I was like, did I make a wrong turn somewhere? I was really freaking out, so I turned around and started running back the way I came. I was hearing loud rumbles and high winds and seeing weird shaped objects floating in the air. I was at a full-blown panic at this time. I started screaming, "Help me! Can anyone hear me?" So I took off running down the trail, and after a minute or two, it's like everything just broke and changed. I now remembered where I was and where I'm going. So I continued running all the way back to the bottom of the trail and seen my car parked there and said to myself, "Thank God I made it back." Now, are you ready for the really weird part? This is where it gets really strange. Once I got back to my car, I seen notes hanging on the window that said, "Nancy, if you see this, know that everyone is looking for you." I thought that was weird because I wasn't gone all that long. I checked my phone when I got into the car, and it was 3 days later than when I got here. I said, this can't be right. So once I got home, all my family and friends were at my house, running out to greet me and hugging me and saying, "We thought you were dead." She said, "What do you mean?" "I was just gone for a few hours on my hike." They said I was gone for 3 days and they had a big search party looking for me. We thought you had been killed or something." I just fell to my knees and started crying and freaking out. Now, I don't know what happened to me that day, but I haven't been right since. I had to quit my job and couldn't even leave the house for months. Apparently, I was in some time portal or something. I don't know what happened to me that day, but I will never forget it. So if someone asks if I believe in time travel, then I'll have to say yes, there's something strange going on here. I'm not giving my name cause of reasons, but I will tell you this. This place that this happened to me is only 45 minutes outside of Seattle. Now, after this happened to me, after I gathered my insanity back, I started researching what had happened to me, and I was shocked to find that there are multiple accounts of this phenomenon. I read all the missing people in the parks, and I was like, could this have happened to them and they never found their way back? I mean, how scary is that to think they may still be out there panicking and running, trying to find their way back, and just never made it back to the doorway or portal? That is so scary to think that could have been me. It makes me want to cry thinking about all these people that just were minding their own business and getting sucked into the portal of hell. Please, everyone that is listening to this story, just be aware that this could happen to you just as easy as it did to me. If you ever get unfortunate and find yourself lost or in a daze, just remember to turn around and go back the way you came as fast as you can. Very interesting story, guys. I myself have read several articles and listened to people that, have talked about doing time travel. And myself, to a point, I think that it actually does exist. I would like to hear your opinions on this story, as I said before, and just know what your thoughts are and what you guys think about portals or time travel in general. And if you guys like these stories, please go check out our YouTube page, Eastern Cryptid Encounters. Hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And hopefully I'll have more stories coming for you soon. Hope everyone has a safe and blessed weekend, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good night.